everyone. So excited to be here today on the special edition of Stronger Together podcast. Of course, I'm not the regular face here, but it is what it is now. And thank you so much for joining us today. It's going to be a great journey with us all through this interview session. So relax and have the best of what we've got in stock for you today. Come on with us and let's roll together. Thank you. Join me in welcoming our chief host, who happens to be the guest tonight, in person of Pastor Dr. Mrs. Abiolad, the conveyor of Stronger Together podcast. You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel to be on the other side of the seat, becoming the guest now? Well, so what can you say about that?
I love it because I feel more relaxed. Looking forward to the ball rolling, and I'm super excited and happy. And I'm happy you're hosting me as well.
So it's our 1 year anniversary. I'm so excited. Imagine, just like yesterday when it started. So I just want to ask, Ma, what's the inspiration behind the podcast Stronger Together?
Oh my God, that's a good one. Actually, the time flew by in just I didn't know it's already 1 year. To go behold the glory, and I think for everything that is bad, there's usually a reason for it. Yeah. I would want to say a lot of things inspired me, and I will actually say what actually inspired me most was God Himself. You can have a desire to do something. If I don't have a backing, like a prompting, based on my faith, I wouldn't go ahead. I will actually say God has actually inspired me. And number two, in the society that we are, in the era that we are, marriage seems to have lost its touch. It seems a lot of people seem to have, lost belief and never have hope in marriage again. My own marriage inspired me. And the desire not for others not to lose touch about marriage. The desire and the thought about the origin of marriage. The creator of marriage himself, God created marriage. Yeah. Marriage was never backed by anybody. Yeah. So the thought to revive the belief that God have about marriage, and the desire, and from the testimony of others, has actually, inspired me to have, with the experience of others, with my personal experience, with the experience from, linking and counseling people, I just believe that I was inspired through that, avenue to be able to use that knowledge and those experiences to revive the belief about marriage. That's, for everyone who has lost touch, for everyone who has, made mistake, for everyone who has never have, even for the Genesis of our days, they don't want to marry, to ginger and to make people believe that marriage, is still, is still a train that you can ride on, and that there is hope.
That's so powerful.
Those were my inspirations.
That there is hope, giving hope to people that marriage it's actually worth it. That's beautiful. I just want to ask concerning if you can review what we've been doing for 1 year. Do we have any feedback or any impact that it has actually created on couple or the viewers, or what are the feedback that you think has been given concerning this podcast, ma'am?
Oh my God. The last 1 year has been so memorable for me, memorable for our viewers. It has been inspiring. I wouldn't say I've only brought my own knowledge alone. Even for every guest that has been on this, on the podcast, they've been a blessing to myself. They've been a blessing to the crew. they've been a blessing even to the audience, which we are actually particular about. We have had about 9 families, and you can imagine the impact of 9 families.
That's wonderful.
Coming on the podcast. I can think of yourself being the first set of people. I can think of the Bolumuyiwat. I can think of the Johnsons. I can think of the Akinyola's. I'm gonna go back to think of the Ganas, the Egus. I'm gonna think of the Agumbiades, the Akinyola's. They've actually come here to they brought us into their own lives. They brought us into their own family, and they share their experience. I wouldn't lie to you. A lot of people, as you know, they've given feedback one-to-one. I've had one-to-one session with people, and people have actually said, okay, they've given feedback like, there were things I was personally shy to do, and I can't do it, particularly about sex, particularly about being intentional about their marriage, not giving up, it has been positive impacts. And I remember a set of couple, they were like, I think those were the Moses. I remember Boga, and it was like, with the production he had seen on her, he didn't know that this is just what is put in place. And he actually applauded us, and that was inspiring for us, even as we grew. And he prayed for us. It was so encouraging. When you do things and you have a positive feedback and constructive criticism at times, which actually came as well, teaching us what to do, how to add value, to the podcast. It has been inspiring. And those are one of the things, that prompted us to go to kick the ball rolling. And it's been very, nice and blessed to see that 1 year has come. And there we are at the table of 365 days. To God be all the glory.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much.
That's wonderful. Would you have a word of appreciation to the families that have been here, to the couples that have been here?
I think I have a list of them. I want to say that, charity is going to begin at home. I want to say a very big thank you to my crew. God bless you. God bless. I want to say thank you to Prince Obadino for his endless support. Mrs. Obadino, God bless you. I want to say to one man who has been snowing all day, who has been raining and coming down. He is called Mr. Olusegun Omotosho, aka Snow. He has snowed in wisdom, he has snowed in knowledge, he has snowed in strength, he has dedicated his time when it was comfortable, when it was not comfortable. I want to say thank you to Sister Abidemi. Oh my God. My beautiful artist. She started with us. I want to say thank you to the Olumuyiwas. The Olumuyiwas, we've always been shuttling between their own setting, their home, and my home as well. It's been wonderful. I want to say thank you to Dr. Olubenga Oyeni. God bless you for your background support. There were times he has come on the show and he's been here, supporting and everything. I want to say thank you to my Akomu number 1. That same standing. I want to say thank you to Pastor Fam Adeniro Oluwole Oladipo. Thank you so much, for your support. I remember we went to start this. I went to meet him. I said, I'm inspired to start this. You know what I said? I threw it at him. I said, can you just inspire me with a topic? You know what? He gave me about 6. You know what I did as well? I threw it back to me. I said, of all these 6, which one do you think is? And I said, wow. Okay. And I said, I think Stronger Together. And it was actually the genesis. Wow. He was the one who gave me that, the topic, the theme for the podcast. I want to say thank you very much for being my backbone, for being supportive, for being there. And I want to say thank you to my beautiful girls, my tripod, Mufokwe Folua. Oluwaseun Babalayemi, Murayo Olua, aka PA. They've always been like, Mommy, how was it? How did it go? Oh, and they've always been encouraging as well.
Yeah.
And they come at times with their constructive criticism. They will not say, this is mommy. They will tell you, this is not good. This one is good. Do this, do that, do that. Thank you so much. And for our beautiful audience, without them, there will be no podcasts. We won't talk into the air. Thank you so much. Thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting one way or the other. Peradventure had forgotten to mention you. You are there. And a tree doesn't make a forest. Thank you for being part of those trees that actually gather to make the forest for together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma. Thank you so much for thanking everyone. And I want to especially say a big thank you to you, ma. You know, I will always say that. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you so much. So all through the year, we've been able to treat some tangible topics, very inspiring and, you know, very phenomenal things and topics we've discussed here, like what does marriage mean, you know, the intercultural marriage, we spoke about that. We spoke about managing outside influences or opinion. I remember that one. I remember that topic, you know. We spoke about financial responsibility in marriage. And also we've spoken about respect and acceptance in marriage as well. Yeah. So we've been able to discuss insecurity. Huge topic, I must say. We've discussed that.
That was linked with acceptance as well.
Yes, yes. And we spoke about intimacy in marriage. Intimacy. I remember the couple that discussed that with us. Then we've spoken about keeping the flame of intimacy as well. So out of all these topics, ma, if I may ask, which one could you say in particular? Is there anyone that you feel got a high reactions from people, maybe that we had highest feedback or reflections from people? So which one in particular could you mention, ma?
I'm beginning to reflect now, and I think all the topics actually had a kind of feedback, but the highlight of all the topics for me was the sexual one. I think that talked about intimacy. I think it was the one where we had the Olumi was, where he was like, how can you not have sex with your partner in a month? And it was like, everybody was like, how can this guy be so passionate about sex? And I think if we want to really be face reality, those are the main thing, the main issue that actually will cause problem or add value even to marriage. If there is deficiency of it, it is going to cause problem. If there is if it's lacked, if it's neglected and underrated or counted as not, important, the effect is going to show on marriage. And I think a lot of people, actually, they were very, very happy. I think I had a lot of feedback from people who said that they love the way the guests actually address it, that it wasn't shy. And that's what happened in marriage. A lot of people, we don't talk about it. We feel it's so sacred. So sacred about it. Two people were naked and they were not ashamed. You should not be ashamed about it. And it is something that we should be intentional about. And most times for sex to really go on, there has to be an intentionality from both partners. And I've actually believed, I remember people calling me and discussing that, okay, I don't have sex. We don't have sex. I'm just the only one who will initiate sex. And it's been a wonderful feedback. That's about sex and about intimacy as well. And a lot of feedback came on intimacy as well. Intimacy is, when two people come together, and if the relationship is not based on what does it mean to be intimate, to be in a kind of closeness with somebody. Intimacy is actually referring to you closeness. Closeness in thoughts, closeness in your spirit, so closeness in your desire, closeness, and believing in each other, that you are not able to bring a barrier as in something blocking you from coming into being open. Intimacy, if you are not open, you cannot come together. And I think those are one of those things that has actually been a kind of barrier to having a successful and a thriving marriage. I've mentioned about intimacy, I've mentioned about sex, and I actually talked about communication as well. Being, having the ability to be able to open up, being intentional to talk about, you can even communicate sex. How well you enjoy it. You can discuss it. You can have a table about it. This is what I love. This is what I would love you to do. This is what I enjoy. But people shy away. People believe that communication is just when you want to talk about bills. When you want to talk about, okay, what next project do we have? You can sit down and talk about sex. You can sit down and talk about your children. You can sit down and talk about how you feel, the offenses you have. If you don't talk about offenses, for example, a lot of people believe, and women will always be open to discussion, but men are very critical. They don't want to talk about, okay, let's have a table discussion. It's like, for example, if you call most men and say, I have something to say with you, they get scared. Am I in trouble? Communication is not intentionally laid to be talked about. If there is an offense, you should be intentional about setting time apart where you want to reflect on what you've done last month, where you want to reflect on what you've done over the year.
Well, yes. And I think approach to the way it's been presented, it actually matters, which I feel individual couples should actually take that one.
There's this style I normally would appreciate that couple adopt in communication. It's called the sandwich approach.
Okay.
If I want to talk to you, even though you've offended me, I'm gonna first come and say, Ade, I know you've been a good man, and I know the responsibility of this family lies ahead of you, and I know you have this weight and the desire. I know you love us, and I'm happy you are trying your best. I don't want to see you crash. However, I want you to talk to me anytime you don't feel like, I'm sandwiching this now.
Yes. Like
the praise has come up. Appreciating
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to change me, and the first thing you want to tell me is how discouraging, how I failed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to listen to you.
Yeah.
Sandwich it. Come up with the positive aspects.
Yeah.
The second thing, bring your idea. The third, suggest and give him room to talk. Give her room to talk. Not just bringing your own idea. I'm telling you, by the time we adopt sandwich approach of communication in marriage, in any areas of our life, you get the attention and you'll be able to effect a change.
Yes. And I think that's wisdom too.
That's wisdom.
Yes.
A lot of us, especially women, we want to come out, with the idea of presenting what they've not done well. I actually came to realize to a point in my own life and in my marriage as well that is what you should do. And it's something I actually brought out of marriage. That's why I learned it out of marriage. Not that's the I think it's at work. You're even as a boss at work, you can't come to me and say, Abby, I've always observed you to be this, to be to there. I'll be discouraged. I'll block my ears. So I think as important and as valuable as communication is, we should be mindful of our approach. We should be mindful of the time. Time you could have the right thing to say, and it could be presented at the wrong time. The wrong timing. You are not going to be hammering on somebody who is coming from 5 to 9 hours job, or is traveled 3 hours or 4 hours, and the next thing you want to talk about is to present what he has not done to you in the last 3 weeks. What he has not done, has forgotten about your birthday. No matter how valuable that topic of your discussion is, it's gonna be because you chose the right timing. You need to study your partner. You need to study yourself. to know their lifestyle, to know their idiosyncrasies, what they are built up.
Yeah.
Some people want to talk in bed. Some people want to talk after sex. Some people want to talk after, something has excited them. Then you can tell them, oh, Ade, what you did to me yesterday. Some people want to talk and communicate out of jokes. And it gets on well with them. Some people do not like the idea of just a round table discussion. By the time you tell them, I want to see you, they feel they're in trouble. They will try as much as possible to avoid that discussion. Even though they have the time, they'll keep giving you excuses because the way you tell it is like, we have a board meeting today.
In our own home. Yeah.
It's all about wisdom, really. It's all about wisdom.
And the mood.
The approach. What do you want? At times, what you really want to discuss is vital. And those cannot wait. It's life-threatening. It is life-threatening. It is time-bound. If you don't do it before next day, you could see the adverse effect of you keeping quiet. But there are some things, and it is not all matters that are urgent and they are not communicable. There are certain things you need to leave down. You keep quiet. I used to tell people, silence is a communication, but it now depends on where you're using your silence. It's not silence does not work in every situation, but there are times where you are angry and you want to. If you are angry and you really want to go and communicate with your partner, you might put the rod in the mud, and it's going to bring out the effect will not be good.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You mentioned about sex. I just want to ask, in this environment that we have, how well will it be for a spouse to actually have the best of their sex life? When the husband maybe has gone out from morning till night, and as the husband is coming back, the wife too is preparing to go to work. So what advice would you give such a couple for them to be able to have the best out of their sex life as a couple?
I think sexual life, I'm not going to lie to you, it's a journey, and we have to be intentional about. When I mean a journey, there's usually a start of it, there's usually an intro, what happens within the sex life and what happens later. For the first, early part of your marriage, you are both active, you are both young, and you can see your spouse yearning and wanting sex. What is it? And you can feel that, why are you demanding for sex all the while? You need to be intentional to enjoy it at that stage. Because at that stage, and you don't begin to blame whoever will demand for sex. The person is active. A man tends to ask for sex more. And if he asks for more, don't feel pressured and it is responsibility. It is part of what God has actually ordained marriage for. So you must be intentional to be committed to fulfilling that part of your marriage. Intentionality. Don't use sex as a bait to revenge. Are you getting me? I think those are one of those things that actually bring a lockdown on a lot of marriages. It is meant to be enjoyed. It is part of marriage. No matter how holy you are, there's no holiness about this. Are you getting me? You can't say you are fasting and your husband demand for sex and you are hanging in, or your wife will demand for sex and you are hanging her. You can break your sex. You can break your fast if your husband plays a demand for sex, and you can't be tired for a week. You can't be tired for a month. You have to have if it takes you to have a timetable, to be intentional to having sex. And from experience and from people's experience, you can be tired around your usual setting. Be intentional to relocate to go and have sex elsewhere.
That's deep.
It can be emotionally inspiring and like a nudge. It now comes like you've not done it before. Just because you have left your usual domain. And I think what normally will help is that you can rearrange your room. You can create another room, another location in your usual location. I want to leave that for the woman. Change your beddings, change the color, change the setting, bring in something aromatic into the setting. By the time the person comes, be intentional about it. By the time the person comes, the usual setting is not what the person is meeting. And it is what people see, it is what men see that inspires them. Let him tantalize. You know, be tantalizing.
Okay.
You know, I told you the incident when I first got married, and I would dress into bed like a soldier, and my husband, and I would accuse my husband of not having sex. He would say, "Is this how you are dressed? Like a soldier to bed that I will touch you?" So I now increase. I went for courses. But what I mean is self-course, as in being intentional, and now begin to flaunt, and now begin to, you know, tantalize and, you know, seduce pastor. You understand? It doesn't matter. You can be intentional. You can call for hard things. Like somebody is going. I've had couples who are like they are going out, and I say, "Come, can I ask you for a minute?" They push themselves to bed. You can't say he's raping you. It's, you know, they call it quickie. You can be quickie. You can have long courses and whatever.
Okay.
It is, and be diversify about it. When I mean diversity, you see, if you keep eating okra, if you keep eating burger, if you keep eating bread and beans, it will get a time you're gonna be bored. Introduce your husband or introduce your wife, bring in another style.
Freshness.
Both of you can even know about the style. You're just shy to initiate it. Be bold. Most women are usually very shy, so that they don't give them names. Men are bold to launch out, to ditch out.
Okay.
But I want to say, women, you should be intentional about adding value to your sex life. You know why I said it is a course, as a journey. It's going to get to an age where the hormones that regularize sex is going to be declining as you both age. That's why you see men going for, you know, sexual, you know, enhancement drug, because the natural person, there's no more sensitivity, you crash. And if you keep going for, you know, drug, it will get to a time going to affect your heart functioning and everything. So while you are young, while you are active, make use of it. It is that closeness, that's, you know, intimated, you know, relationship that you have, that will sustain you when you get to an age where sex will no longer be the priority, but the closeness, the friendship established through the intimacy at your young age. That's when you're going to be sustaining you. You're going to see an 80-year-old man and with a 75-year-old woman. You think they will be having sex? No. They will be having sex by mouth, by closeness, by talking, going on holidays together, hugging each other, sleeping on each other's leg. And that's what most times we feel that intimacy is in bed. Intimacy is not in bed. Sex is not in bed. You can have sex with your husband's idea. You can have sex with your spouse's idea. Those are the things that, you know, you know she loves this thing. Support her. Support him.
All right.
And more people will want to revolt because you've not supported them out of bed. When you get into the room, they're gonna say, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It takes two to tango.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Amen. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much, Ma. That's so inspiring. You know, so I'd like to ask this question. The theme of this podcast, Stronger Together, you know, what does it mean for a couple, for a home, you know, for spouses to be stronger together? Can we break it down? What does it mean?
Thank you so much. I think when the theme for the podcast was first coined, those were the question you asked now, were those things rolling, you know, down in, you know, in my mind. I want to believe that You can stand alone as a person, as an individual, and be strong. But when you put forces together, coming together as a pair, you're going to be stronger. I want to believe that the idea of God about putting Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, if it was Adam alone, Adam would have been strong. But God now believed that bringing Eve into it will solidify the relationship, and two forces coming together would make them stronger. Strong alone, but stronger together. You see, one idea can be effective, but two ideas can be more effective. Two forces, two power coming together. And when you say stronger together, you're not strong. It means when you run your ideas alone, you're strong. When you run your ideas with your spouse, you're stronger. When you communicate together, when you communicate alone, not seeing your own idea, you're offended, you're strong. You're just, you're going to be vulnerable. You're going to expose yourself to being harmed, to being, to not getting to your destination on time, with strongly, well. You can get there, but you can get late. You can get weaker. But when you are you bring ideas together. When you're together, you bring two is better than one. Number two, if the enemy is against you, you can't win a battle at times alone, but you can together win a battle. For example, a sickness can strike. The union of two of you will increase your faith. Can two agree? Except
they work together.
Can really accept and work together, except they agree. It is the togetherness and the agreement in the power of two that bats good vision, that bats good, prospect, that brings you idea. If I am not in connection with my husband, I'm not going to be here. There won't be, I won't have good testimony to actually dish out. So it is, I think, for every couple. I remember at times if my husband comes up with ideas, and he will always say, and even when he preaches, he will always say that if my spouse does not agree with me on this journey, that vision is halfway gone, or is halfway failed. So there is power in unison. There is power in having, cooperating, and I think it's an idea initiated by God. It believes that you can be strong alone, but you can be stronger when you come together.
Thank you so much, ma. You come strong alone, but stronger when you come together.
Yeah.
So, what advice or would you rather give couples that will make them to live stronger together? Because it's a practical term. Is beyond the theory, is beyond. So what are the practical steps that you feel when couples take that step, they tend to be stronger, together as a couple in their achievement of their goals, in, just as a family.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my honorable hosts tonight. I want to say that there is no, I can't give a template for you to use. I think for every individual, for every couple, you've got your own template to work on. I want to believe that the only thing that can make us be on the same plate, on the same level, as in comparing your marriage with mine, is just having our focus tendered on God. On the creator of marriage himself. We can be on the same level with that. But one thing that I'm actually very, very convinced about, that helps couples to actually enjoy marriage and go on from one level, from glory to greater glory, is your ability not to compare your marriage. Never. we are of different backgrounds, we are of different makeup. I can't compare myself with you. And that's one order, if crossed, would have helped a lot of couples to attain to a greater and a final level of where they are. Never compare. Be intentional to know yourself daily. You can't, no matter how much you spend out of marriage before coming to your pal, anybody can develop a character that can show up with a character that you never knew existed in you at any time of your marriage. It could be 30 years. It could be 40 years. Have you not seen people who divorce after 50 years, after 60 years? You've been wondering why. Some of them grew up with those things that cause divorce, and they may not have the desire to say, oh, I want to divorce now. But some character, some things that a lot of people cannot cope with, comes up at 50 at times. To tell you that the person you are with is still new at any stage. And don't assume that you know, and don't take it all that for granted. When I say don't take it all that for granted, don't say, I've had people who say, we've been married for 30 years, for 40 years, where is he gonna throw me? Where am I gonna throw him? The devil in the Bible says is a roaring lion, looking for where to sit down and package. And for be intentional to listen to yourself. A couple who want to talk to you, who want to discuss with you, might actually want to pour out of the fact that indirectly she's observing that something is going wrong. And if not well attended to, can actually be the genesis of a ruptured marriage. Be intentional to communicate. Be intentional to add value to one another. Because what you don't appreciate, what you are not intentional to nurture, we actually depreciate. We walk out to marriage, we don't expect it. You are going to work it out. It's like you want to be a doctor, you want to have doctorate. You can't jump into doctorate from primary school, secondary school, A levels, university, BSc, first degree, second degree, then you get there. But a lot of us want to go from primary school and get to and see those organs themselves, holdings themselves around. They work it. You can't get to be a doctor without passing through the stages of educational steps. You have to. So for your marriage to stand out good, to be admired, those people that you see that you admire, they invested something. You must try and be intentional to invest in time. You must try to invest in one another. The appreciation thing, I think it's got to do with more of men. Men want to be appreciated for what they've done. Women want to hear that, oh, they are beautiful, you look good, you are my wife. Without you, nobody else. You are my sunshine. They want to, why not say, it's not about bills. It's about you loving yourself and dating your wife
again
and dating your husband again and again. And the style of be intentional to bring up your intimacy level. Bringing it is planning for your holidays. Let the children go and be. Because at the time, I'm looking at myself now. I'm having 2 outside. Even the one that is left is already doing A levels. It's have to go. So when the children are gone, the children that has always been here, that you have always used as excuses, they will go. So when they are gone, are you going to bring them back? You're going to be left with your husband and with your wife. So if you are not intentional about building that intimacy, you just find out that by the time they are gone, you are left alone. And you can be lonely even with your partner. You can be lonely. That's when you now say to the wife, you say, I'm going to go and take care of my children. But if you are so close with your spouse, you won't want to leave him. You'll be telling them, I can't leave my husband. Just because you know you have something with him. There's no fight. But it's somebody they've beaten after 30 years. By the time the children start having babies, Omugo, it will get there.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Take intentionality to build up marriage, to have a rosy and beautiful marriage.
So, okay. So marriage is a journey.
Yeah.
It takes hard work
You have to work.
and smart work
Work it.
to get your marriage worthwhile. And it's not an autopilot.
No.
You must be intentional as
Take
a husband.
sacrifice. Yeah.
Yes, as a wife, you must be intentional.
Yeah.
And try not to create vacuum because of the children. Because by the time the children leave, it will still be you and your husband, you and your wife. So you should endeavor to get in touch. Keep getting in touch with each other. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you. Okay. So it's I'm so excited about this. We are having, when we started this podcast, we started with Pastor Mrs. Abidemi Oladepo. But now you've added another feather to your titles. So we have Pastor Dr. Mrs. Abidemi Oladipo. So, ma, how did you feel when you first learnt about this doctorate award? How did you feel, ma?
I felt like I felt heavy and sudden, unexpected, and it was I just felt like, oh, like greater works are coming. This is another work. This is another level. This is another. I wouldn't say at first I was excited. No, I wasn't excited. I was first just thinking and reflecting. What is this bringing? Where is it taking me to? What's this about? And I know for the first week I wasn't. It wasn't done on me. You understand?
Yeah.
I was still like indecisive. I was still thinking about where are we now? You know, when your navigator is taking you and you just take you somewhere, like which junction am I now? But I think God helped me to like come to accept it, and to I think it's a way of, for me, it was an encouragement for me to go further.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. That how does it really mean to you?
For me to go further in what I do. And at that time I believed that, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes.
I was now like, it was not like, oh my God, the game I just started.
Yes.
The match I just started.
Yes.
The vision I just begun. And what did Paul say? Paul said, was it Paul? Said, I count not myself to have apprehended.
Yes.
But one thing I do, I press forward with the mark of the higher calling in Christ Jesus. That kept coming, and I said, like, whatever was in the past was the game has just started.
Yes.
The vision has just started. The passion for whatever I do has just started.
Okay.
And that was I took it.
Well, I've always known that they say that the reward for hard work is more work. So I believe the reward for this award is just more work.
Right.
So how would you maybe reflect on your aspirations looking forward now into the future? So what will you say? What is this pouring you into doing? How well are you prepared to go into the future? Your assignments, your service to humanity. So how will this award really inspire you to do more on that, man?
I want to believe that for everything God created, God, and it's for a reason. God created us for a reason. And at this level that the doctorate, honor has come, and I just believe that it's an avenue for me now to like push further, and to get inspired more to like walk and impact my generation. I believe that there are things I do, and I know that even the honor is like a kind of strength for me to go further, to add value, to I'm somebody like you can give me something today. I can do something for you today. You may be the one that will remind me that at that and this time you did this. I don't want to count my shoes. I don't want to count my goals. I don't want to count my trophies. I want to, and the end of a thing is better than the beginning. I want to believe that I've not gotten there until I end well.
Yeah.
And the desire to end well, actually my gloves are on, my shoes are on, my the regalia, the costumes that I need for this journey.
Yeah.
I think I'm graced, and one thing I've always desired is that whatever would take God out of the situation, let it not be me. And I want to. It's an avenue to serve, to serve endlessly, to serve without waiting for anybody to reward you, to applaud you. One who the journey to greatness, and to fulfilling, to living a fulfilling life,
Yes.
and to adding values to others. I want to believe that there are certain things that is in me that is not meant for me alone. There are touches, and there are touches, and some people have magic touch. Not magic. Mine is not magic. Mine is a graceful touch. I want to believe that by the time I come in contact with anybody, I will have deposited value. I will have made them to advance. I will have caused them to remember the touch and the connection, and to end well. When I'm gone, I want to be. I remember my children were like, "Mommy, that's your foundation. You mean when you're gone, we should still do it?" I said, "That's it. You catch it, and that's it. To add value, not limited to the area that you are, to make it global, to be recognized, not being popular now. That's one thing I'm after. Not being popular, but to be impactful. You may be impactful, and you may not be popular. Popular is a name for media, for just knowing the name. But I want to impact.
Good.
By God's grace.
Right.
By God's grace.
Okay, this will lead me to the next thing. In the next couple of weeks or days, I'm so excited about this one. You are going to be 55. Hey. Big 55. But you don't look it. In Pastor Mrs. voice, you don't look it. So how do you really feel reaching this milestone? 55. You do not look 55.
I feel just blessed. Honestly. I feel blessed. I feel graced. Honestly. It's grace. I wouldn't say I've done something in particular. I'm telling you. I'm just picked out and stand out from the crowd. I think to this level, I think it's just God. I want to believe that. I'm telling you, age is in the mind. In my mind. My brain wants to move like a teenager, but it is, my children tells me at times, my sibling tells me, and the body tells me, I say, baby, take it easy. Take it easy. You're no longer a baby. But age is a thing of the mind. In my mind, I'm one of those youths. I can jump, I can run. I'm telling you, I can run. I can race with snow. I'm telling you, in my head, if I'd thought that, okay, I'm 55, I can stay back. But in my own age, come on, 55. I'm 30, I'm 25, no. And I want to jump, see myself. I want to believe it's grace, God's grace, God's opportunity. For every day God's add a day to our life is an opportunity to do better. And I believe that at this 55, God has, blessed me to be alive, to make a change, to still add value.
Yes.
To because for everyone who is gone, who is dead now, they can't make a change. They can't add value again. So if you are alive, it's a day. A minute must not be taken for granted.
Yeah.
A minute must be appreciated, and you must use it judiciously, intentionally.
Yes.
And that's level I am, and I say thank you. And you know what? Again, that's blessed me so much. Is the gift of men, the gift of people around me. Oh my God, I never lacked that. You're one of them. Prince is one of them. Brother Snow is one of them, and a lot of people looking at us. You have been my backbone. You have been my strength. You have been who God has, used for me, and I have a family that I can't say I'll complain about. My siblings they are not trouble for me. I'm telling you. Even when we think about any other thing, all those sibling rivalry, I never experienced it. We can disagree over an issue and we quickly come back. Forget it. The girls. God. My girls are the best gift ever that God can give me. And I've not brought them up for trouble, as in having to go to a corner and cry over them. They've made motherhood very easy for me. They've made, when I say making motherhood very easy for me, when you have a partner in an organization, and one of them is Eddie, not making things very easy, you won't be successful in that business. Thank you for Kwefulua, thank you Oluwashimbaba, thank you Murayolua. And I have a husband who has not restricted me from being who I want to be. Daddy, this one will always pump you. Even if you use 1 kg, they will ask you, you can carry 7. Go and carry 7. Who told you that this 4 kg is the level you should be? Come on, go. And my husband has never been competitive in any way. He's a man that is secured in his own world. Only insecure men, I usually say, compete with their wives. Or what's this adjective? Gets intimidated by anything that their partner do. If I laugh, if I get sausage, he just flaunt it like this. He gets, proud of me. And that's what it should be.
That's great.
To God be all the glory, to be at the 55 level.
Yeah, well done, ma. So thank you so much for coming around today. I've particularly learned so much. I've added to my knowledge. And thank you for all those insights. They are so phenomenal. I just want to ask, do you have any other thing you would just like the audience to know? Any other thing?
There's nothing
in general.
Okay, there's nothing really else to say than to say thank you again. Thank you, Sister Turin. Thank you for being there. Thank you, my crew, and thank you, our members of the, the members of the audience. Thank you so much for walking through us in the last 1 year. You've been amazing. You've been supportive. You've been encouraging. We're really not taking this for granted. Next year is another hurdle to cross. We're not going to do it alone. We want you on board. Go to our subscribe button, put in any of your questions. I want to, tell you today, there's still hope in marriage. God cannot make a mistake. He has intention for it. And on this channel, we shall be on that journey together. Next year, we'll see you and you come with us. Thank you so much.
Bye.